Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Mahomes now on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
Mahomes firing complete, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Mahomes finding Hopkins for the AFC first. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
On second down, here's Mahomes going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post. Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a give, right side. Connor, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Mahomes now to throw. Able to shake him off. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And this will be a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. A 10-play drive that time. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his 3rd Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And an NFC first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
At the end of 1, 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Saquon Barkley, 53 yards. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes, it doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Up to make the stop, the Jets safety Jamal Adams. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. From the gun on third down, Breeze. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Jones has it. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. Breeze now to throw. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the NFC has taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
PAT up and good by Rosas. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing now is Mahomes. The catch made by Hopkins. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. This complete to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Ready? You ready?
On second down, here's Breeze. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now Breeze on third down. Caught by Jones. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Shreds the tackle. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. They start with a give to counter. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability and a sack. Resulted.
Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across. That's the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Gurley. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Breeze now on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Breeze to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Oh, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Khalil Mack getting him once again his third.
And they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 30, past the 20. Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins, 88 yards. And the AFC able to draw a bit closer. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage. On one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy classic Madden with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game in exhibition.
Just wanna be her for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I put so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Masterpiece, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound it surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah. And it feel like.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham. Nickname?
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The offense for the NFC back out there. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score, going totally opposite what it should be.
Well, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On first down, Breeze. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63. Four-play drive that time. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll run it here with the Chargers' Melvin Gordon.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now here's Mahomes. It's complete. Yard line. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. You look back at a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Mike. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for the touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 38 yards. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Elliott running right. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun, it's Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. So possession changes hands on the final play of the first quarter. It's a tight game here early. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. He's got the first down inside the 10. And down to the... The 7-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
16 yards. Complete.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
Are
and that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. On second down, it's Connor. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the AFC has taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and through by Myers. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and then last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense. And Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
They'll run with the Rams' Todd Gurley. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more after this. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the AFC, the Jets' Andre Roberts. And taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And that will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, it's Mahomes. He finds Hopkins complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Mahomes now on 1st down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Keenan Allen there to make the grab. And the AFC adds on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. Charles, it's the second quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as the quarterback, but like I said, it's the second quarter, so how worried right now are you? Now Brees lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The NFC offense heads out to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle.
5-9.
Now Brees throwing on 2nd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Here's Breeze. It's caught. Jones. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down. He finds a way to convert.
Ready? Yellow waiting. Defense wins championship,
Breeze now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before? Seven yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. On 1st down, Connor. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The offense for the NFC back out there. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've known this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On play action, it's Breeze. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Breeze again. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
This is complete to Michael Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes. good for 16 yards and a first. Breeze now, just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the NFC able to draw a bit closer. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Rosas good with the extra point. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons, a one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and trying to help their team win down the stretch.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And he gets it to his KC running mate. That's Tyreek Hill. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Situation. Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause
AOB, just all off of getting money, said I was legit. Party all on the ship, all these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk.